Hey, what's going on, Atlanta Falcon fans, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. Pop-up show.
Yes,
We see a
sir.
topic, we go right at it, man, because y'all know how we do it, man. But I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm gonna thug it out for y'all, man. And Chris know what I'm going through because he went through the same thing last week. So sometimes you got to play injured man and play, tough it out for the team, and that's what I'm gonna do. But it's a hot topic going around on Twitter right now about jersey retirements. Tony
Mm.
Wright, you gonna be mad at me because when I say what I got to say, trust me,
Yeah.
it gonna make sense in the end. Because at the end of the day, you got to make sense of some things. But before we get to going, man, tell the people what's up.
Hey, man, got my fresh Jalen Walker jersey on here. You see,
And
you
that's a
see
lie.
the
Stop lying. Stop lying to the folks.
huh?
Stop lying to the folks. That
Oh,
number, that
my
name
bad,
ain't even been printed on it yet.
my bad, my bad, my bad. It still say Jones on the back of this. I ain't gonna lie, it still say Jones.
Yeah, I know it do. Yeah, you got yeah. Go
Oh
ahead, though,
man,
man. I'm just fucking with you.
hey man, what y'all doing, man? What y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about it, man? Loving, you know what I'm saying, what's got about to happen. Love this conversation. We was talking a little bit about it behind the scenes and everything. This is gonna be very interesting, man. I'm ready to get into it.
And y'all know me, man. I keep it real with y'all, man, all the time, 100%. And we're gonna also get into Maxx Crosby and what he had to say about the Falcons drafting Jalen Walker and James Pierce because
Interesting. Oh boy, you don't went out. Smitty, you don't went out, man. What happened to your microphone? Look, that's how you know Smitty fit to be on some bull. Because because the man Mike don't went out.
I'm back on again.
Yeah,
Back
there you
on
go.
again. Okay,
Yeah, I hear you now.
that might mean I'm about to be on some bullshit. Uh,
See,
but yeah, man. Again, we're gonna talk about Maxx Crosby. Had some things to say about the Falcons. Drafting James Pierce and Jalen Walker because sometimes it happens. But we're gonna get into talk about this jersey retirement thing. People on Twitter mad as hell about it.
mm,
And they got a right to be, but on the other
right.
hand, do they really have a right to be?
Mm?
And I'm gonna try to put it in perspective for y'all, like I always do. Don't shoot the
Oh,
messenger. I'm just telling you what I see. I've been a fan 21 years, and this jersey I got on right here with the number 21 and the Sanders on the back. If that number ain't retired, nobody number ain't gonna be retired. Cause y'all got to think of it like this. And I'm gonna start it off like this. But before I start, I'm gonna get the chat a shout out like I always do, man. And like I always do. Deshaun, what's good? 10 Camo one, what's good? Tony Wright. Like I said, we finna go at it. Philip Crawford, what's good, my dude? Raw. Make you fumble. Yeah, we do still need a nose tackle, but
yeah. Oh,
we'll talk about that another time. But trust me, we gonna work on that. Um, RB. Yeah, you the reason why I'm making this video. Shout out to you,
oh,
man. Shout out to you. Um, yeah, you the reason why I'm making this video. I'm finna get into it. Yeah, we should have drafted him, but Tampa Bay got to him first. And the Falcons felt like they had more needs and they trust the defensive line that they have right now. My
yeah.
boy Millie Mills, checking in. Vontae. Lando, what's good, my dude? My boy, my man, checking in. Atlanta Falcons pandemic.
Hey
What's
man,
good?
man, we got to get him back on here too, man. Stop
Hey,
playing.
my man. Hey, I'm finna get right into that, and that's part of my very first point. Because look, let me tell y'all something right now. I'm gonna just be honest with you because y'all know I keep it 100, and
Mhm.
y'all can drop those comments in the chat, and I'm gonna read them, and I'm gonna give my opinion. Ain't no love lost. It's all debate. It's all fun. So please
Mhm.
don't get in your feelings. Um, but
Yeah, my yeah.
when you look at numbers, football numbers, jersey numbers, they're issued. Um, I'm gonna just start it off like this.
Mhm.
When you look in the Falcons Ring of Honor,
Mhm.
you have Claude Humphrey, the only Atlanta Falcons Hall of Famer right now.
Mhm.
His number 87 has just been given out. You talk about William Andrews, who's in the Ring of Honor. His number 31 has just been issued out today and was won by Justin Simmons last year.
Yes.
Jesse Tucker number, nobody wore that number for a very long time. Dorian Etheridge wore it a couple of years ago as a rookie for the Falcons. but that nobody has worn it since. You look at Mike Vick, one of the most electrifying Atlanta Falcons, one of the fan favorites of all time. His
Mm-hmm.
number still being issued. Bijan Robinson has it on right now.
Right now.
So what makes
Youngway
Julio
had it
Jones
before then.
right? So what makes Julio Jones different from those guys? Until he gets a gold jacket in Canton, Ohio, I think that's the only way they retire his number. And don't get me wrong, Dion is in the Canton Hall of Fame, but Dion played for four other teams.
I was about to say 4.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so think about that. Matt
Well,
Ryan, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, well, I mean, fans, they remember the impact that Julio Jones, left. Not everybody remember Claude, even though they should know him.
Right.
Not everybody remembers Willie Andrews. A lot of people remember what Julio Jones has done. Fastest in history to what 10,000, 11,000, 12 and
Facts.
13,000. Most seasons averaging 100 yards a game. Also, most games with 250 plus yardage. So those are gaudy numbers. I'm sorry, they are gaudy numbers, and he did it in a Falcon jersey. One of these, and fans are like, okay, this is a jersey number that shouldn't just be given out. Given out to just anybody. So it's like, I understand it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The Falcons just don't retire jersey numbers. That's just
Facts.
something that they have never done in their history. Like we're talking about number 11. We're talking about Julio Jones, and I ain't gonna lie to you, Julio Jones is a great player. But for me, if there's anybody that I'm upset that a jersey number is just being handed out, I'm more upset about Claude Humphrey. I know I wasn't around for him, but just his impact. And honestly, he's the best pass rusher in Falcon history.
And
if he can't get his jersey number, and he's in the Hall of Fame, the
Facts.
only Falcon that's in the Hall of Fame, if his jersey number can't get retired, what makes us think that Julio's can?
Facts. And see, this is what y'all got to remember. At the end of the day, it's up to ownership.
Yeah.
You look at Matt Ryan. I know y'all saying nobody better not wear that number 2. But until he gets to Canton, Ohio, nobody, might not wear it because, you talk about Jesse Tucker. Nobody wore that jersey for a long time. But Deion Sanders, his jersey got passed out probably right after he left.
Man, Mike Hughes on board with Desmond
Chris
Trufant.
Owens. I can go on and on. Deron Harmon wore it a couple of years ago.
D'Angelo Hall.
Eric Metcalf back in the day. Just think about it. That 21 didn't matter. Because, he's in the Ring of Honor. So I think to players, that's all that matters to them. If they get in the team, the Ring of Honor, that's more important than, a jersey number. And I know y'all probably saying, but look at what happened with LT and Phil Simms. LT was just being a what. He feels, and don't get me wrong, he was a generational talent. So he has the right from his team to do that. So in that aspect, yes. But Phil Simms, he told Abdul Carter he can wear 11. But guess what? His family said no. He cannot wear 11. So if it's up to the family, you can't do it. So if the organization allows people to still wear these numbers, ain't nothing none of us can do. If y'all want to, go about it by, stop buying jerseys, please do so. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change nothing because at the end of the day, the organization makes.
What's that going to do?
Yeah, I mean, look. Ricky, what's up, my guy? But go ahead, Chris.
I mean, some organizations, they retire jersey numbers, and I mean, that's cool. You see the celebration, you see the interviews and everything, et cetera, et cetera. And again, man, we have one guy who's made the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and his jersey number is not even retired. Somebody's rocking it right now. So it's just like, at the end of the day, like, our organization don't retire jersey numbers. We just don't. We give them out. I mean, and then what? Xavier Watts wore number 2. Kobe Bryant wore number 2. Kobe Bryant, I mean, I know he has a different number now. I think he's rocking 37 now. But still, like, somebody probably eventually is going to get it. And then these players, most of them, when you do ask them, they were going to say, hey, it's okay, go ahead. I'm saying, I'm cool with it. You will have some that will. that will, like LT, be like, nah, you're not gonna wear my number. And again, LT, generational talent. What have you done to wear my
Two-time
number?
Super Bowl winner, so ain't nothing they
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
about
It's
it.
like, what have you done to wear my number? I get it.
Right.
I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't think no one should be upset about this. This is something that's been going on as long as we've been Falcon fans. No one the jerseys get retired. No one jersey is safe. They may not wear it for a while, but no one jersey is safe.
Because I guarantee you somebody gonna wear that number 2 if, especially if they are number 1 overall pick. If they want to wear that number, they gonna give it to them because they gonna let them do what makes them comfortable. But Tonyo, that's absolutely right. If they want a ring, ain't nothing we can say. If they
Right.
win a ring and they feel like they the reason for winning that ring, and the front office want to do that, ain't nothing y'all can do.
That's a different conversation. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, so I mean, let it be what it's gonna be. Leave it alone. But yeah, man, that's absolutely true, Tonyo. Claude Humphrey, he must have been before. And think about this.
No,
This
yeah.
is another reason why his number is probably not retired. He had to wait 30 years just to get into the Hall of Fame. Just
Because he
think about
never won anything.
it. Right.
I feel that's another reason he never won anything. You look at Jesse Tuggle, he has better numbers or around the same numbers as what his name, Zach, come on, help me out, from the Dolphins, linebacker.
Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas, but yet he's not there. Like, come on now. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so I mean, come on
Yeah,
now.
Claude Humphrey, man. Yeah, he was before my time too, man. But yeah, I had to go do the research, and that guy was definitely a force and somebody you didn't want to see back then in that day. Somebody you definitely didn't want to see. He just couldn't get over the hump. Team sport.
Yeah.
What's good, Joy? Said Joy in the
Answer this
chat.
question right here. I got to step out 1 second.
What makes you think Julio isn't a Hall of Famer? Well, I mean, for one thing, unfortunately, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any hardware. Some people base it on hardware. He doesn't have anything. Honestly, I think Julio is one of the top 10 receivers of all time, just of his impact, the way that he changed the game, having that size and speed. He was not supposed to be able to do the things he done. And again, some of the numbers that I've read off before, I do think that, one day he possibly may get a nod. He's up there with the Larry Fitzgeralds and the Calvin Johnsons and all that stuff like that. So one day he probably will get the nod, possibly. But at the end of the day, if he doesn't, I feel like it will come down to the fact that they think, oh, well, you ain't never won a ring. You impacted the game, yes, but you didn't win a ring and stuff like that. So, I mean, honestly, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think one day he will get the nod just because, again, being 6'3", 6'4", being able to have that speed the way he did, taking off, and all the things that he did for how long he did it, what's up, Joy? And everything. Like, I can see him being a Hall of Famer, but I think Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer too, one day. But again, it's all about how these voters going. And we can't hear you again, Smitty. We hear you again, Smitty. Hey, Mills, I'm with you though. I'm with you. I like, if it's up to me, if I'm a voter, I'm voting them in. But it's not up to me or you, Millie. I'm with you, fam. I'm with you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, oh yeah. You back.
Yeah,
Julio,
but yeah.
Jump on the logo at the Benz on live national television. That is another point.
I mean, I don't think he took a dump. I just think he knew he wasn't coming back. That's the way I'm always look at it. If you know you're not coming back, why not be honest with the people?
It's a way to
and like he said, he didn't even know he was on live TV. I don't think.
I don't believe that.
They set him up from the jump. But you got to be careful, who you trust in the media.
And that's a possibility. They could have set him up from the beginning. I don't rule that out. I don't rule that out. But either way it goes, it's just like it's just all just bad, all bad. Did Prime go in
as a Falcon too? But the point that I made, Prime played for like 4 more teams. Yeah, right. Claude Humphrey played for the Eagles too, but his best years came as a Falcon. And when he left Philadelphia, he came back to the Falcons for a year. So he played most of his years as a Falcon.
He played in the Super Bowl as an Eagle.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, and Prime, he gonna always be a Falcon. He tell y'all that. And
Right.
if y'all go to his Instagram, their story's still up. He tells y'all about why he did not return to Atlanta. They did not offer him a contract.
They didn't.
So by them not offering him a contract, guess what?
What can I do?
He took his talents elsewhere. You know, we didn't know that story until what 5 years ago. So I mean,
I'm
things
saying,
happen.
like, I can't go somewhere where they don't even offer me no money to even look over.
Right. Yeah. And see, Matt. I'm gonna be honest, man. It's a totally different discussion with Matt Ryan. When
It
Matt
is.
Ryan won an MVP award,
Yep.
and really we should have won that Super Bowl, and I think that had more to do with Kyle Shanahan. If we had won
That
that
would have
Super Bowl, both of these numbers would be retired and wouldn't be
yeah,
no if
yeah.
ands or buts.
1,000%. 1,000%. I definitely feel that. And then, like you said, Matt Ryan, former MVP, at least he does have that under his belt. That Super Bowl would have solidified everything for Matt, honestly, like hands down, first ballot type. Because he has the other numbers, the yards, the comeback wins, the fourth quarter comebacks, all that stuff.
So,
He has all those numbers. So, and then Matt Ryan also came in to where the Falcons were in a very dark place, and he was able to give us hope again. You know, yeah, Julio is absolutely a Hall of Famer, top 10 all time. Yes, I believe so. We just don't retire jersey numbers. Exactly. A1 ain't
facts.
no possible. That's why I was with him. I'm with y'all. I said again, I don't buy just any player jersey for real. I just don't.
What's
I
up, Miss
don't.
Carey?
Hey, it's good, Kerry. How you feeling? You know what I'm saying? But it's just, hey man, I at the end of the day, my hands are tied, man. We don't retire numbers. We just don't.
Yeah, Vontae,
Again,
you absolutely
there are
correct, my
guys
brother.
that
We
should
just
be
don't win.
in before, but should be retired before Julio. Like again, I've already said Claude. We've already said Jesse. So it just all these guys' numbers have been worn yet again, and it's just going to continue to happen.
Just don't get it, bro. I mean, it ain't hard. You know, I mean, a lot of teams don't retire numbers. I mean, the Cowboys are one of the few. We know what Emmitt Smith did, Hall of Fame, all-time rushing yards leader. I
Man,
mean, things of that nature. Barry Sanders, we know what that means because he actually
mm,
took that number over from what's the kid name? Billy Sims. Billy
Yep,
Sims was
yep.
number 20
See,
before Barry Sanders. So I mean, he probably had to ask for permission for that because we know what Billy Sims meant to the Lions. So I
mhm.
mean,
Yeah, I'm
but yeah,
saying, bro.
man.
Real
Tank said
talk.
why Falcon fans upset about Jalen Walker wearing 11 when Deion Sanders number still getting worn. True Font
That's
Hughes.
what I said.
Kobe Bryant should wear number 2 if he want to. Y'all know the Falcons don't retire jerseys. Absolutely true.
That's right.
And Joy got a warning for y'all. She said, please be respectful. Please respect each other's opinion. Negativity will have you in the corner. And what she mean by that, she's the moderator, so she can block you whenever she want to. She can put you in a timeout, and you be out for this show. But next show you can pop back in. So yeah, please respect everybody's opinion. No name calling, none of that. Cause that affect me too. Cause if y'all get real nasty, YouTube gonna flag me too, and I would get in trouble. So just
Yeah,
think
man.
about it. Julio was a great one. I don't feel like his number should be retired.
Right, right.
Shanahan talking about his playbook was stolen or something. That's why I hope he don't ever win a championship.
I ain't gonna
Wow.
lie to you. Until you do right by me, you ain't gonna ever win. I'm just saying, bro. I've been on that train since 2017, and I ain't gonna lie, it's still going down the track, baby. I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah,
said I'm never buying another jersey. I
right.
mean, I understand. I totally get that.
Hey, Vontae, that's true. Everybody don't want Drew Pearson number.
Man, what?
Dez Bryant, Michael Irvin, CD Lamb. I mean, it's just gonna keep going, and it's,
They,
it's
they,
going to
they
be a
don't they don't
special
turn that into a whole thing. Remember Michael Irvin calls it now the 88 Club.
right. And think
So
about it. Whatever the best wide receiver on the team, guess what? Just like USC got that number 55 for linebackers, Penn
right,
State got number 11 for linebackers.
right.
Um, think about that. Every wide receiver that comes through Dallas, if they the best on the team, they probably gonna wear 88 at the end of
They
the
get
day.
88.
So it is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Entire
at the end of the
number,
day,
I
they made
feel.
something fun out of it. Maybe we can make something fun out of it. Maybe we can have the 11 club then, the number 2 club then.
Right.
Just let's
Now,
make it fun out of it instead of being feeling negative about it. Because at the end of the day, if Jalen Walker goes on to become a Hall of Famer, are we going to be talking
that
about
number
this?
11 gonna be famous, right?
You know what I'm saying? Are we going to be talking about this? Like, seriously.
Nope.
If anything, we'll be
No.
like, man, we had Julio wear that number. We don't had Jalen wear that number. You know what I'm saying? And both of those guys are Hall of Famers, hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? One day. Then that's something that we can say, hey, we had 2 great players to wear this number.
Right.
Just perspective. That's all.
Yeah, that's perspective. Millie Mills, Joy Pickens ain't wearing 88 because CD Lamb got it on. So
Right.
that's a no-go.
Unless they trade CD, which that ain't
gonna happen.
No.
But yeah, man, y'all just gotta chill on this number wearing, man. Because at the end of the day, cause look at me, I got on number 21. I ain't never played for the Falcons, so I'm chilling. Think about that. I'm chilling. I paid my little $100, got this jersey, and I'm good to go. So and I can't got them run down the step.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, shoot, with Randy Moss number, his number still out there with T.O.
Hey, real, I'm just saying. Go ahead, Chris. My bad.
No, it was no fees. Shoot, man, I ain't never did nothing. I'm chilling. This man is out of real.
You know I keep it real. But yeah, man. But Chris, you gonna lead us into the next topic right quick.
Oh man, the next topic will be comments by Mr. Maxx Crosby. Now, some of you guys may have already heard this, and if so, you know what I'm saying, cool. We're gonna just dive into it just a little bit, kind of like dissect what he's saying, because Maxx Crosby, of course, still active player playing for the Las Vegas Raiders, but he's an Oakland Raider type player, and he gets after the quarterback, knows pass rush, and gets paid like it too. So I do value the opinion, but Smitty, if you would do the honors, please.
Yep. Let's see what Maxx Crosby had to say about the Falcons taking that particular player, that now wears number 11.
Excited to see them get put on this specific team because you thought it was just a match made in heaven.
Atlanta Falcons, they need pass rush. They need to get after the quarterback. We're going all in. We're drafting 2 DNs in the first round. We don't give the 2 best ends that we think, in our opinion. They got 2 young ballers. We're going to go in there and develop and hopefully be 2 bookends for years to come. That's what they, envision in those guys. And both of them, I've watched their film. Dogs.
Who's one app?
Oh, okay. Watch both of their film and what do you say? Dogs. Okay. All right. It's coming from a premier pass rusher right there, man.
All pro at that. And think about it. He absolutely right. They dogs. They were, and I said this the other day on the live we did the last time. I saw all the negative feedback on James Pierce, why the Falcons should, have not, push back up into the first round, number 26 to go get him. Y'all got to remember, and I know y'all done read it by now. If they're 1 and 2 on your draft board, and that's a need, and they told y'all they were going defense in this draft, and they did exactly that. Those guys are 1 and 2 on their board. For that guy to still be there in the mid-20s, it wasn't expected. Because if they don't pick him there, guess what? The Ravens sitting there waiting. The Eagles sitting there waiting. It's somebody colder spots down from there. They sitting there waiting. And the mistake they done made in the past with edge rushers, you think they finna pass that up? We talk about Tat McKinley. TJ Watt was still on the board. You talk about Vic Beasley when they could have moved up the board a couple of spots, possibly out of Khalil Mack. You think they finna keep making that same mistake? No, they not. No. So when you have a chance to turn your team around, and me and Chris talked about this, you got that franchise quarterback last year. Guess what? Go to the other side of the football, get that cornerstone or 2 cornerstones that they possibly have right now. Yeah, you're going to have 2 fifth-year options to pay at the same time, but you'll be able to save that money because you don't have to pay nobody next year. So that
Right.
money gonna skip on down the road, and you won't have to worry about it. So you get two cornerstones on this defense to go along with AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates, who I think they're going to re-sign at some point,
Yeah.
depending on what they want to do at the other safety spot. So I mean, go on and knock it out the park while you can, because that type of opportunity don't come around a lot. And like they told y'all last year, they don't expect to be drafting in the top 10
Right.
after drafting Michael Penix, and I believe that. So yeah, so just think about that. And D Rich, you got to add Brandon
Well,
Trice to that as well. So think about that, man.
That's
You
what
need
I'm
a
saying
rotation.
too. And
Go
that's
ahead.
what I was saying as well when we was talking before. You know, I mean, if you like a guy, go get the guy. You know what I'm saying? As far as like draft picks and everything, my thing is James Pierce is a first round talent next year too. We liked him this year, so we used our draft pick this year, man. We can't be over here crying about draft picks when we ain't had no pass rush in over 13, 14 years that's been consistent. You see other teams have consistent bookends. You remember Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis. You know what I'm saying? You remember like the Khalil Max. You know, you have everybody has somebody, and we haven't had that person that we can depend on, that we can say, yeah, exactly, double dip. And we haven't had that guy we can depend on since Vic Beasley. And my thing is, after Dwight Freeney left, it seems like he left too. And then you got to think about John Abraham. Before that, long time, man, we've been having consistent pass rush. The closest thing that we've had to that is Arnold Albuquerque, who's getting 6 sacks.
Facts. Yeah,
I'm like,
Vontae,
come on,
absolutely,
y'all.
man.
Why
I'm
we
just saying, man.
it's not a waste. It's
Ain't no
not a
time
waste
to
because you got your quarterback, so you got your future there. And now, like you just said, Smitty, go on the other side of the ball. Now it's finally, you got this offense together. Now it's time to take care of the defense. Add to what Jesse Bates is doing. Add to that defensive line, to the Arnold Albuquerque. You already went and got Leonard Floyd, too. Veteran leadership, somebody that is going
Facts.
to come after the quarterback. We're
Gonna
going to be
mentor
out
these
there like
guys.
NASCAR, running these guys in and out, man. I'm telling you. I love the fact that we were finally able to be bold enough to, say, hey, we're going to double dip like we did with Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry that year. We're going to double dip this year, too, on the defensive end and possibly have those 2 bookends. Come on, man.
And I'm gonna put it in another perspective as well. We have a lot of money coming in next year.
Yes.
Cap wise. We talked
Yeah.
about John Abraham trade. We talked about Michael Turner signing, Tony Gonzalez trade, things of that nature. You don't have a first round pick next year. That's going to give you extra money to go out and get that type player to finish this team, possibly. So that 2012 team, which I think was the best Falcons team ever put together, and there's no disrespect to the 98 team or the 2016 team, but that team had a whole lot of damn talent on it. So we could be looking at the same situation next year, and that's probably what they're looking at. So if you don't have to pay that first round tariff next year or bill or whatever you want to call it, that's money you putting towards a free agent. And we're probably going to have 70 to 80 million next year, possibly. Right. Even with Kirk Cousins' contract still on the books. So think about that, man. Look,
And
one thing
Richard
about it, you got to think about the future. King Richard, what's up, my guy?
Like the Falcons, they did because they took
because they knew.
Doorless.
Think about it, man. We talked about it on the show, and people didn't want to hear it. Grady ain't going nowhere, man. Grady, he the heart and soul of the team. But at the end of the day, guess what? Grady 31 years old. Grady come off a torn ACL. Grady don't look the same. When has Grady produced 10 sacks in the season at defensive tackle?
I'm talking about, like, man, it's been quite some time.
And there's no disrespect to him. It's just at some point you just got to know when to move on. That's why we tell y'all, do not get attached to these players, because if you get attached to these players, you're going to stay in your feelings. Just like, say, like, for instance, if things don't turn out the way they would do with Bijan Robinson, if they feel like it's a better running back in the draft and he's going into his 5th year option and they feel like somebody can come in and replace him and they draft another running back and trade him for draft picks, what you going to say then?
I mean, that's kind of, well, not the ending part, but that's kind of what happened with Tyler Algier. I mean, we had a running back, and then they went in and said, well, he can be a game changer. Let's go ahead and double dip at running back. We'll have Tyler and we'll have Bijan. So
It did.
really, man, if you look at it, you know what I'm saying, when Terry really like focuses in on something he wants to do, he likes his cake and eat it too. You know, he'll double dip, he'll go and he'll move up, and he already told you he's aggressive. He'll move up. I know I wanted to trade back and gain more assets, but at the end of the day, Terry still moved up and still moved around and was able to get some very, very great quality. So at the end of the day, that's why he's doing what he's doing, and I'm talking to y'all about what he's doing.
And Tony, right, you could probably still see a trade on Ebiketie, especially at the trade deadline. Because if Braylon Trice gets off to a good start, you talked about Leonard Floyd, Jalen Walker, James Pierce, and they even talked about Zach Harrison taking another step. Right. So I mean, look, it's just so much on this defense line with the rotation. And the key to knowing what's going to happen soon is the defensive line coach Ollie in Indianapolis. He had defensive ends, about 5 or 6 defensive ends with 6+ sacks. Think about that. If you get that kind of production in Atlanta, anybody's going to be expendable, no matter who it is.
That's
so right. I mean, sometimes you know, if your coach doing their job the right way, anybody is expendable. Because especially if you got to pay them the next year, you saving money. And this is one of the reasons why Ebiketie might be expendable at this point, because you got to pay him next year. You got to pay Drake London next year.
Well, I already told you. I want Allen Ebiketie, if he's a Falcon, I want him to play so well that we won't be able to pay him. And that just means he balled for the Falcons. That just means he balled for the Falcons. And if we go in a deep playoff run, anything like that, he can help us this year, even if we don't pay him, or even if we want to trade him, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, he's been our most consistent pass rusher. So you could dangle that. But I think they're going to try to hold on to him just to try to see what they can get out of him with the rest of this defensive line. You know, he is a veteran on the team. He is a veteran.
Right. And then I don't know that you got to think about Jesse Bates. You got to extend him possibly. So I mean, you got contract that you got to worry about, and you got to put the productive guys ahead of the guys that are really rotational guys. That's just the way the game goes. So at the end of the day, you just like we always say, you got to pay the right person. You can't make that stupid mistake again about Julio Jones, Deion Jones, and Matt Ryan taking up a third of the damn salary. You can't do that no more.
That was crazy that they took up like, I think, $38 million by themselves.
Third of the salary. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, $38 million.
You can't do that no more. So think about it, man.
He had like 55. We only had like 55. Like,
Bag said we can bring AK back on a certified pass rusher. Since we have Jaden James and Floyd, I mean, AK a straight pass rusher and bring him back for another year or two. That sounds all good, but it depends on what you sign them for. Yeah, it's true that he wasn't a first round pick, so you don't get a 5th-year option. So he may not cost as much. But at the end of the day, if he produce, somebody gonna offer him more money than the Falcons offer him.
Yeah, especially if they want to jump digit sacks.
Right.
You know, if he stays around in that 6 area, he doesn't have a whole lot of negotiation room, I don't think. But at the same time, you know, I think you could possibly bring him back. I haven't given up on Arnold Ebiketie yet. I still think he could possibly turn the corner. But if it's going to be any time, it's going to be now for the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's been out of office, but you know,
that was funny. Absolutely, Tony. Right? You got to think about this too. They drafted Matthew Golden, and they just drafted Christian Watson. The last 2-3 years ago, but Watson has been hurt a lot the last 2 years. So guess what? They're gonna bring in a guy to challenge his spot. So when it's time to pay him, hey, guess what? He probably gonna be gone. He may get cut during training camp. Who knows? Because if Matthew Golden and what the other kid named Jaden Reed, kid out of Michigan State a couple of years ago, just think about it. They have playmakers. So if they lose Christian Watson, it won't be no big deal. They added the speed back with Matthew Golden. So look, it's one thing about rosters in the NFL. They're gonna turn like a revolving door, whether y'all like it or not. That's just part of the game. That's part of any sport. Yeah, we traded Dominique for a can of Pringles in a
Don't remind me of
I'm
that.
I'm just saying, bro. It
I
happened.
still can't believe that happened. But at the end of the day, that's where everybody got to be on the same page, because there was a disconnect between Dominique and the front office behind the scenes, and they was like, "Hey man, we're done with Dominique. You know, we're gonna trade him to the Clippers for no need."
Get the reason why they traded. They didn't want to pay him.
They want to take care. Yep. They want to take care. I mean, Dion, he didn't get a contract. You know, so
hey Tony, yeah, he out of there, man. I think so too. When I saw that draft pick, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Because he was supposed to be one of those guys for him, but he just can't stay healthy. He has talent, just can't stay healthy. Sounds like
the thing with the franchise tag, Ray. The franchise tag for that position may be out of sight, to keep it nicely, because even if they give him the franchise tag, guess what? It might be 17, 18 million. Would you give Ebiketie 17, 18 million? No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't
say not for 6.5 sacks.
No.
Not for that.
But yeah, man. But we're gonna let y'all. We're gonna stay on about 10 to 15 more minutes. And we're gonna let y'all in, talk to us right quick. And give us y'all thoughts on retiring numbers, because we wanna Romeo Dobbs too, Millie Mills. Absolutely.
We'll see. I know they like Dobbs because he got one of the best hands on the team. But
he got hands like glue.
We'll see. Because I'm just saying, remember we had a guy named Justin Hardy that stayed around for quite some time just because he had the best hands on the team.
Yeah, but he was mainly a special teams guy. Let's keep that.
I'm just saying.
But he's in the CFL now and continue his career, so shout out to him.
Yes.
So he's still doing his thing. So shout out to Justin Hardy, man. He's still in the CFL.
And it's crazy because out of East Carolina, man, he was the man.
Yeah, he actually had the most catches, I think, in NCAA history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had hands like glue, but it's all about system and all about how people use you. So
Jordan, don't come in here starting no mess.
Hey, come on, Jordan. You doing it again.
Seeing they gave Walker 11. Yeah. So what you saying, man? What you saying, Jordan? He can't wear
favorite random Falcon ever? That's a great question. You like Brent Grimes?
Random Falcon. You said, Brent Grimes. That's a great one. Ooh, dang.
Man, that's a hard
favorite one. Though. That's tough because you said favorite.
Favorite. Man.
Give me a second about that one.
Man, Vontae, you had to start. You got to start some shit, man.
Man, you Jordan, you missed the beginning of this guy of this show.
There go that bullshit.
No, it's Brent Grimes. Man, I'm just gonna throw a name out there. I'm gonna throw a
guy. Mills said Tommy Deku, boy, I ain't heard that name ever since I seen that picture.
Mills. Millie Mills. What's going on with you? You like Deku like that? Bro, what was my name for him? I used to call him that damn Deku. That's what I used to. Bro, every time, bro, I used to be like, damn, cool, bro. Now I ain't gonna lie. I will say one name I'll throw out: Dante Robinson. I was a Dante Robinson fan.
I like that one. I go another random. I say Craig Haywood. Craig Haywood very underrated as an Atlanta Falcon in that run and shoot offense. Jeff George, he ran the offense pretty good, but that offense doesn't go without that run game. So I say Craig Haywood. Bag said Keith Bricken. I like that one. Jerry Snowwood.
Yep, like
Ovi Mahaley. I like that one too. I'm gonna try to get Ovi back on the show, man. So I'm gonna try to get Ovi and Micah Turner on the show. So I'm working on that behind the scenes. A lot of y'all been
random. I want to say he did say random. I was like, I was like, Keith Bricken. I don't think Keith Bricken was a random. Hey, so okay, what do y'all think about Asante Samuel? I mean, I liked him as a Falcon. Was brief.
That's really not random because of what he did with the Patriots and Eagles. So it's really not random.
Okay. I just know he didn't stay long like that. So that's what I was saying.
When you see 21-11, they won't ever see anyone else.
Wait a minute now, D Rich. Now you're getting too real. You got to pump your brakes now. Hold what you got. Keep it in the road. D Rich keeping it too real right now because Brian Finneran was the ish on Madden, boy. Third down, you throw that shit, man. Man, he just sent me down memory lane. boy, you did something there then, boy. You ain't lying, boy.
Hey Jamal, Tim Dwight is a good one.
Tim Dwight.
I used to call him Forrest Gump because boy, when he hit that hole, he be running like Forrest and he gone. So yeah.
Dang, D Rich, you pulled one out the hat that time.
Ray Buchanan, that's another good one.
Yeah. Hey, I got Big Play Ray's jersey.
Yeah, Antoine Smith was another one, man.
That's a random, Antoine Smith.
Yeah, super random.
And it seemed like you give him the ball and he going to the house.
Yeah, I mean he catch a screen pass and he gone. He on special teams and he gone.
Hey, man, out of here. What are you talking about? God damn.
Eric Metcalf, another one is just like I talked about at number 21. As soon as Dion left, Eric Metcalf got that number. Buckhead Brett, that's another one.
Browning Nagel.
Boy.
TJ Duckett. The original tiptoe burglar.
Browning Nagel, former New York Jet. He was a Falcon for a hot second. Eric Metcalf and Sean Jefferson.
Oh, Sean Jefferson. Yep, Sean Jefferson.
Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman, Taylor Gabriel. That's a good one.
Sean Collins too.
They drafted William Moore, so that really not random. Willie.
Nah, man, not Willie Moore. You know who Willie Moore was.
Nobody said shit about Emory Jones having Julio number. They never even had it.
Who he had it? Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, somebody actually told me that he had it.
Yeah. And it's folks was tripping about that. I ain't gonna lie. I used to like Jason Snell, and boy, y'all throwing out some good ones now. Jaquez Rogers, yes sir, Bags, yes sir. Used to like me some Jaquez Rogers. I ain't gonna lie.
I can tell you what happened to Brett. Brett just couldn't get right with that drinking.
Yeah, and I mean the coaching staff did give up on him pretty quick. They really were just like, look, this is a knucklehead. Let's get him out of here. You gotta think about it. It was like 1990. They really didn't have no kind of like temperament for that. No patience for that. Peerless Price. I have a horror story about Peerless Price because I really thought he was gonna come here and do something. I went and bought that jersey. And honestly, Peerless Price is one of the reasons why I don't buy just anyone's jersey anymore, because I bought it without even seeing what kind of impact he would have. And then he had none, and I just walk around with a Peerless Price jersey.
Yeah.
Man. Brian Jordan. Ooh, Jordan. Now Babs was known. Babs was known. Come on now.
Yeah, Brian Jordan retired to play baseball.
That's a random King Richard. Ito Smith.
Yeah, y'all remember Ito Smith? That's a good one, Willie. Rod Coleman, underrated.
Very underrated. Think about it. Rod Coleman, Pat Kearney, Grady Jackson. That man with those three right there, man.
And if Pat Kearney doesn't leave and go to Seattle and plays with Abe, I think I think this end up being a Super Bowl team. See, one thing about the Falcons, they just miss out on, certain turnovers. Because soon they traded for Abe, Kearney left. And I think the year that they were supposed to play together, I think Kearney got hurt and missed the season.
Man.
So yeah.
For real.
Yeah, Derek Coleman, the fullback. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Derek Coleman. I know what Sean Witherspoon.
What's up, Ron?
What's up?
What you think about retiring numbers?
Who needs to be retired? Oh shit. Next,
Ron, what's up? No to low?
Nah. Because I still hated how he left.
That's a good one, Stephen Nicholas.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Julio, but how he left made the fan like, we don't mess with Julio no more. That's what I've been hearing.
The only thing I would say I hate about the Julio situation is if he knew he didn't want to be a Falcon no more, don't sign that $3 or $66 million deal.
Right.
You asked them to trade you at that point, which I feel like he should have done. If he does that, then I have no problem with it. But for him to sign that contract and then leave us with the dead cap space, that's the only problem that I have with it.
That's not how you handle business.
Right.
You know what I mean? You say you're a businessman. Well, show it. You got to grow up. You don't handle business going on that show. Oh, I'm out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like
You
I
don't
said,
handle business like
I
that.
think he got set up with that though, Ron. Because I mean, if he knows he's on air, I don't think he said that at all because he knows other people are going to hear it.
Right.
And if people hear you saying something like that, you're not going to just say that.
Right, but it's still you
I
should
really
never
wish
put
you
your
would say something about it, right? Or at least,
Hey,
that
granddad,
comment
you
right
don't
there.
you ain't
definitely
ready for that
behind that
conversation.
comment.
Me and Terrence
he
had that
should-
conversation already.
Right. He should have never put himself in that predicament.
Right. Right. I feel you.
Yeah, but see, Ron, if you on the phone, you don't know if you on live TV. He said live TV after he had said what he said. After he said, then he said you on live TV. So
Yeah, he's
that's why
also,
I
yeah,
said,
we on live. I'm gonna have to hit you back. I mean, who knows how
Right.
he felt at that particular time? Like, hold on, I was on live television.
Speak for yourself. I mean,
I mean,
I
I-
am speaking for myself.
I don't have a problem with Julio, man. I just said if you
Mhm.
feel like they should have traded you before you signed that big contract, just say that. I mean, because like I said, we had to pay what about 30, 40 million in dead cap space for 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean things like that, you just Joe Horn is another one. I was kind of disappointed because he didn't. Now what he did do,
He
he
helped
did
Roddy.
help Roddy White transition his
Roddy.
game to becoming an All-Pro player. So so that's one thing Joe Horn did do. Tony Wright, Shannon Sharp set him up, and I look at the karma.
Falling back on Sharp.
I mean, I just saying.
It's
I mean,
a
you got
possibility.
to-
I mean, we don't know. So
You got to know how to handle business. Like I looked at y'all. Y'all know how to handle business. Y'all would
Right.
not say, "Oh, I'm out of there." No, go talk
No,
to.
I mean, Ron, I do get your point. Like, even if the phone call did come in, hey, what's going on with you and the Falcons, Julio? Oh man, you know what I'm saying, we working out some things. You know, I'm not going to disclose, what's going on
Right.
between me and the Falcons right now. You
Right.
know, but hey, but everybody will know when it's time. You know what I'm saying? It could have been something
Right.
like that. So I get it. I get it. There's a time, a place for everything. There's a way to say everything. There's a way to conduct business.
Right.
He could have easily just said, "Hey, I'm not going to disclose anything going on between me and the organization."
Right.
Just y'all will find out when time. But no, he
Right.
said, "Oh, well, I'm out of there."
I'm out of there.
Maybe he was comfortable. Maybe he was set up. Maybe he knew. We don't know,
Right.
man. That's
So-
what it comes down to about Julio.
But me,
Yeah, they absolutely gave what he asked for.
Gave him everything he asked for.
Trade
He
him.
gave Julio everything he asked for.
I look at Julio did good here, but y'all just said we cannot fall in love with these players.
Nope,
The
absolutely not.
anybody to get traded or leave here, then what?
They just asked out.
Should Steve Bartkowski's number 10 be retired? Even for his time, he was just solid, nothing great.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody wears that number. And at the end of the day, like I said, it's up to the front office. Tommy Noba's number, I don't think ever been worn again. So I mean, again, they probably have that registered somewhere. And when they come in and talk, the players come in and talk. And when they're about to sign, they probably get them a list of players' numbers that they can't wear or why they can't wear them. They probably tell them that. They just don't. They probably just don't. You know what I'm saying. But I'm sure they tell them. As a kid,
So
I was hurt.
I'm wondering.
But that doesn't take away all he did for the Falcons. Same for Julio. Absolutely,
No,
absolutely, Kelly.
That's true. Yep, it does. Yep, that's what I said earlier. Trucker Mike, Dante Robinson. That was one of my guys right there. I actually liked him. And then he used to try to kill himself to try to tackle you. So you gotta respect stuff like that. Tuggle number hasn't been worn either.
It got worn a couple of years ago by it
was
got
it
worn
Shelby?
a couple of years. No, it was Dorian Etheridge had 50.
Okay.
But Richie, what's up, man? Tell me
Rich.
how you feel about these retired numbers.
Matt Ryan enough to keep to not give Kobe Bryant number 2. Not saying he can't get it, but that's the number 2 you got to earn right there. Other than that, man, I'm not really tripping because one thing I keep trying to tell people, Smitty, when great players put on them numbers, they usually emulate the great player that come behind it. Think about it. Koo ain't been the same since he gave up number 7, if you want to be honest about it. Bijan Robinson put on number 7. He's showing out. That's a Michael Vick that's not a quarterback on with legs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
Chris made that point earlier. He was like, what if that started running great players wearing that number? Then we're not going to be talking about this 5 years down the road.
Let's have the 7 club, the 11 club, the number 2 club, possibly. Because like I said, the Cowboys, well, they made a fun thing out of it. They turned it into the 88 club. If you're a special receiver.
I don't got a problem with Kobe Bryant wanting number 2, but that's a number 2 you're gonna have to earn because it's a lot come behind that number 2. I don't care if it's offense.
Let me ask you a quick question, King. So if Kobe Bryant, let's say he makes the team, and all that good stuff, he's starting. If Kobe Bryant becomes an all-pro, is that worth it?
Yeah.
Is that worth the number 2?
He went to me. You don't even gotta do that much. Just make the team. Show me you want it. Cause Matt Ryan wanted it. Matt Ryan was a competitor no matter how he played. One thing Matt Ryan said that I respected him really for. See, that Matt Ryan interview sort of changed a lot of my perspective on him.
Right.
Him coming in behind Michael Vick, I had to really sit back and think about it. Even a lot of my hate for him came from that. It wasn't that I never, because I watched you in Boston College. Truthfully, him and Pennis had the same injury. Pretty much. Because if Matt Ryan was a get outside the pocket quarterback till he got hurt, he had learned how to throw from the pocket. When he took that hit at Boston College. So for them to respect Matt Ryan enough, I think Matt Ryan just want a competitor to have his number. So if you come from an undrafted free agent just to make the team for me, I can't speak for everybody else, just to make the team for me, I would allot you that number. It's not even got to be a Pro Bowl and all that. Just look at the leap. You're coming from an undrafted free agent to making a team. That's a huge leap. That shows you had to be a competitor because we don't got no slouches at cornerback and safety, my boy. That's
you had to leapfrog a lot of talent.
Our talent gonna hit you too, so you got to be tough as well. That's what was making me mad. We had more dogs at cornerback than we did on our defensive line last year, and that's what was making me mad. I felt like our defensive line wasn't angry enough. How you got Bates and Terrell ready to fight, but the D-line just out there, oh, well, we'll get them next time, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
and it's just that's when I knew that Raheem was changing his scheme around. He really want the secondary to be the core versus the defensive line. He really want a balance of both. But at last year, it had to be the secondary because our D-line was suspect. Couldn't nobody get to the court. You seen what Terrell said in that Waterboy interview. He said you can make a bum safety and cornerback look all world if that defensive line got
absolutely right. That front seven got to be right.
That's true.
So why am I worried about Julio number when B? That's why I said Koo ain't kicked a good kick since he took off number 7. It'd be different if that's my biggest issue with Falcon fans is the double standard and the fake outrage. Emory Jones just had that number all last season. Ain't nobody said a word.
Don't nobody give a damn about no Emory Jones, man. Come on, he ain't even on the damn roster. Come on, Rich, man. I love you, bro.
I'm saying, the fake outrage.
Hey, ain't nobody care about no damn. Hey, man, look, if I built something. Look, I'm very anal when it comes down to my platforms. Very. I have an image to uphold, and you gonna be a small motherfucker on my show. Okay? Ain't no dumb shit gonna be continuously happening on my show. Ain't happening. You're gonna behave a certain way. You're gonna conduct yourself to the standard that we all agreed. Okay? So I don't care nothing about what he did in college. I don't care. At the end of the day, this is the NFL. We've seen some of the biggest, toughest guys in college, we thought, come to the NFL and look, they ate their way out of it. Okay, we've seen this. We've seen it time and time again. Okay. We've seen guys cry their way out. They got their paycheck and got the hell on, like Mr. Quinn Torres. But that's a whole nother subject. But at the end of the day, you got to earn it, man. Julio is a freaking legend. If I haven't earned it, this is just me. If I feel like I did not earn that number, if I feel like, especially you talking about Julio, man, this dude arguably the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, the greatest wide receiver of all time. No wide receiver shouldn't even be asking Julio for his number if you ain't put up the. Like I feel like if I gotta at least have 1,000 yard year before I start. Hey Julio, man, can I borrow? Look, you got to put in that work, bro. You got to put in the work. So for me,
do you feel like the Falcon front office should have made it clear, just like with Steve Barkowski, Jesse Tuggle, players of that nature? Do you feel like they should have just stepped in and said nobody else wears that number after Julio retired?
I don't think they like Julio like that.
I don't think they like Julio, man. I think there's that man. Whether y'all we can sweet talk it all we want to, but that man stole $60 million and got the hell on, bro. He ain't say nothing to nobody. He said the man didn't even answer Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank went on national TV and said Julio hasn't answered my call. That's stealing, bro.
Yeah,
everywhere in the world you do something like that, that's stealing.
Yeah. He didn't come to Matt Ryan retirement ceremony.
He didn't come to the retirement. Like Julio just been acting like, hey man, I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing to nobody. Come on, bro. You went on national TV and embarrassed the whole franchise. The biggest thing that I have a problem with is because we, Smitty, Chris, Rich, myself, we worship this guy in Atlanta as a football god. And we didn't even get an explanation. Come on, bro. We didn't even get an explanation. We didn't get a proper goodbye.
Man, you won't never get
man,
it.
I didn't want to do this, man. I love my fans. I love y'all. But we all too, like Chris was saying earlier, look, hey, bro, I don't want to talk about it right now. Someday I will talk about it. But right now ain't the time. We ain't getting nothing. And he's still walking around Atlanta like ain't nothing happened. Bro, some people really want to bust this dude's head because of he just acting like ain't nothing happened. Nothing. You stole $60 million and left. $60 million guaranteed and just left. Ain't said nothing to nobody but them damn Migos and that damn Roddy White. We love Roddy, but that's all he talk. He ain't talking to nobody but Roddy.
Yeah, but different with Roddy. Roddy is
Harry, yep.
Hey, Roddy's an ambassador for the team, so Roddy gonna
yes, he is.
So that ain't gonna never change. He gonna always be welcome. Well, he can probably walk in Mercedes-Benz Stadium 23rd year down the line and sit on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
That just how much he means to his team. But yeah, man.
Hey, that was real. I ain't mean to cut you off, Smitty, but that was real disappointing to me. When Mike just really was saying all that, it just started replaying in my mind. You right, he stole. I forgot about that part. That man stole.
Shoot, that was the most important part. Remember we said
that was the most important part for me, bro.
Deion Jones.
No, but I ain't gonna lie. I sort of forgot about the money issue because in my mind, he got like that when they fired Dan Quinn. That's when he started acting all stupid and stuff.
It ain't that to a billion now, but it's something to our salary cap. Trust me on that.
Sheesh, who told you $60 million? Ain't nobody trying to lose no. I'm acting crazy if I lose $20. Okay, if I lose $20 and I can't find it, look, I'm acting the dang fool, bro. I'm trying to find out where it went, who got it. If I we money is money at the end of the day.
Facts. But yeah, man. Yeah, I never worry about it. Like I said, I'm sitting up here wearing Deion Sanders jersey right now. I ain't never played down in the NFL in my life. You think I care about a number? Nope. I'm just wearing it because he wore it.
Yeah,
so,
so Mike Hughes got it now, and don't nobody say
right.
Bro,
yeah, this ain't the number, man. It's the principle behind it for that.
And like I said, go all the way back to the 90s. As soon as Deion left, who wears that number? Eric Metcalf. Very next year. So I
True
mean, look,
fun.
it's just a number at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Now,
true fun.
like I said, their I think their common goal is to get up in that ring of honor. So after that ring of honor, they probably don't care what you do with that number. They done made their money off of it, so I mean the hell with it. So look.
Hey, now Matt Ryan would have won that Super Bowl. They'd have retired them numbers. That's probably about the only way. It
But that's a totally different conversation, bro.
Yeah.
Just like the MVP award. They could do it because he won the first MVP in Falcons history. It
Right.
just all depends on what the front office want to do. That's who hold all the cards to this. If they gonna
And we
stop
never
this
know.
conversation, just go ahead.
I'm about saying we never know. I mean, it's still time to possibly retire the number. I mean, we don't know how. We know Arthur loves Matt. We know that. So he's always been respectable toward the franchise, no matter how we feel about him. But at the end of the day, like he is a player that I can see possibly being retired. I mean, but if he won that Super Bowl, like King said, it would be open and shut case. You know what I'm saying? Because they would have brought something that we've never experienced.
Yeah, that's true. But that damn Kyle Shanahan, but I ain't gonna never let that go. But yeah, man, oh, Mike, while I got you on here, we talked about Maxx Crosby thoughts on the Falcons taking those defensive ends. What's your thoughts on people having a negative reaction to the Falcons taking James Pierce?
You on Michael Anthony Linson's or you on Mad Mike's? Okay.
You better be glad you got that black screen on because I know your big ass eyes looking behind me.
Yeah, look, man. If you complaining about Jalen Walker, look, I'm ready to back pimp slap you. Okay, this dude is a fucking stud, man. I know he was perfect for this Atlanta Falcons. From when I saw him at Georgia, I was like,
I'm talking about James Pierce. James Pierce
is just an athlete.
Yeah, like Colin Cowherd. You saw it on my video. Colin Cowherd said they were stupid for moving back up 26 for a guy that was like the 6th or 7th best edge rusher, but that was a lie because if he comes out last year, he's a top 5 pick easily.
He easily, and just like you just look at Pierce. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I was about to say, if he comes out next year, he's still a first-round talent.
Still a first-round pick.
Come on,
that dude. You just look at him. He reminds me of Javon Curse and Simeon Rice, with just his body. He still got to put on a few more pounds to hold up, in my opinion. But like I wouldn't mess with him too much as far as his physical is concerned, because sometimes you got to feel that out. If a guy let him play the first year and kind of scout him, look at him, see how he fares in the NFL, because he may hold up. My thing is really just the run game, being able to withhold on the edge against those tight ends and tackles. If he can stand with those guys, this dude gonna be a problem, because his athletics, his skills, that shit is off the charts. Like, he got the height, he got the burst off, he got that first step. So like for me, I fell in love with Jalen Walker when I saw that dude in the middle of, like, when Georgia needed him to play middle linebacker, and it like that dude didn't even look like he missed a beat. Jalen Walker is a real deal, y'all. And for a guy like Raheem that likes to use his linebackers in coverage, yeah, that dude, he plays on the edge, on the outside, middle line. This dude can play any and everywhere, and we haven't seen that. Honestly, I don't think we've ever seen that with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, probably since Brooklyn. Brooklyn can play inside or outside.
Yeah, man, you ain't never lied, because James Pierce Jr. straight give me Black Air Force energy. I swear, every time I watch his interview. Now, because they always cut his interview short. Like, he don't get them long talked out interview. He don't even like the internet. And you ain't got to worry about him tweeting nothing. You know what I'm saying?
He better keep people away from that Ray Kill, because
both of those, let's get it. Both of those Texas games let us know who Jalen Walker and Michael Williams were, because they dominated both of those games.
Yeah, those some studs, man. Like I said, they
Michael
fit
getting hurt
perfectly.
really opened the door for Jalen too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Yes,
people don't talk
man.
about that.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. But before we get out of here, man, appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. Dropping those comments. I had to talk about this because people on Twitter going wild about it.
Oh yeah.
And if
Hot
y'all
topic.
just joining us, please go back and look at the beginning of the video. Y'all will see our thoughts on this. Y'all see our thoughts on Maxx Crosby, positive energy on James Pierce and Jalen Walker. So I think, we got two studs, and they're going to be the cornerstone of the defense for the next 5 years. We don't know how the contract's going to come down the road, but trust me, they're going to find a way to keep both of these guys and build around these guys. I see it because they're two first round studs, and I think they're going to be around for a while. But before we get out of here, man, King Richard, please tell people where to find you, man.
Rich be everywhere, man. Rich be everywhere. That man be on IG. That man be on all over
You got
the
the
place.
thing.
He a
The mic
superstar,
muted.
man.
Mike, tell
Yeah.
everybody where to find you. I think stepped away.
I mean, shit. I'm all over the place, man. You pretty much call me on. No, don't call me on Facebook, man. I had enough of that. Enough of people calling me on Facebook. Yeah, mother be calling me at 1:00 in the morning trying to ask me quick. At 1:00 in the morning, man. Y'all about crazy. Yeah, find me at Michael Anthony Linson on Facebook, man. Mad Mike Sports everywhere else. That's all, man. So, like I said, man, continue to do what y'all do over here, man. Smooth, Smitty. I ain't used to saying that bullshit. Smooth, Smitty.
My
Yeah.
boy Big John Higgins gave me that name, man. So I roll with it.
Oh, Smitty.
I ain't used to saying smooth, Smitty, sports.
I have people in public calling me that. Don't call me that, man. People gonna think I'm a pimp or some shit.
You know what? Look, every time I'm out in public, man, everybody say, "All right, you're bigger than I thought it was." I was like, "All right, it's time for me to go."
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I was bigger than I thought it was. All right, but yeah, man, just follow me on Mad Mike Sports, man. Atlanta Falcons Nation. We had Scott Kennedy on last night. He, like I said, that dude is he's a stand-up
Appreciate you,
guy,
King Richard.
true professional, man. So y'all, if y'all have not seen that interview, Atlanta Falcons Nation, just check this out. Heavy hitters, Jew. We will be back with the heavy hitters. Jew still out with baby girl Juliana. She driving them crazy right now. But that's all I got, man. Y'all continue to do what y'all do, man. Y'all doing some great things. We're gonna continue to do great things for the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons. We're gonna get to that Super Bowl a lot sooner than people realize. And that's the bottom line, because Mad Mike says so. Peace, fellas.
All right, appreciate you. But yeah, man, we had a great time, man. I always have a great time. Chris, you know what to do, man. Tell everybody where to find you. Yeah, you don't mute your mic too.
You can find me trying to stop my phone
bullshit
from ringing because it's still ringing and I can't stop it
Man,
from
look
ringing.
at your ass.
But it's all good. It's things like that happen. We're just gonna throw it over there for right now because all right, I had to get rid of it, man. But
you're gonna be sleeping on
still here.
sofa.
Anyway, it goes, man. Catch me on the Hawks Digest, man. Growing that channel. If you're a Hawks fan, I'm telling you, Hawks Digest is where it's at. We talk about everything from rumors to what the Hawks should do, shouldn't do. Anything that comes up about the Atlanta Hawks, we talk about it over there at Hawks Digest. Also, you can catch me, of course, at A1 Forever Sports. That's the platform on YouTube, Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, and also TikTok, the real A1 Forever. Hey, man, this has been a fun topic. I feel like, it's an area, but I don't feel like anyone is wrong. If you feel like we should retire numbers, cool. If you don't, I feel like that's cool as well, but that's just something we haven't done. I don't think it should be an uproar about Julio and his number. Jalen Walker is a dog. Jalen Walker is now a Falcon, so let's just embrace it, and maybe we can have an 11 club. And like I said, a 2 club, all that stuff like that, because they just don't retire numbers.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And we appreciate you coming through, moderator. You did your thing like you always do. She a pit bull, and I tell y'all that. When I let that pit bull loose, y'all better run. Let's get it. What's good? Yeah, he said Chris love the Hawks Digest. Yeah, I mean, that thing growing fast. Look,
it is,
Chris
man.
doing his thing, man.
Now.
yeah, Chris doing his thing on that and on his own channel. He's up to 4,400. So y'all
Yeah.
keep going to A1 Forever to help him grow, because he's growing that thing at a monumental rate. But
Man,
y'all know where to catch me, man, on Smitty Sports Machine, all day, every day, breaking news, top headlines, debates, all that good stuff. If y'all haven't checked out the shorts I've been putting out, please go do that. They're growing at a decent space. I'm in a decent pace. But I would love for them to grow more. And thank y'all for donating to the shorts, for the super thanks. I truly appreciate that.
mhm.
Also, y'all catch me on the NFC South Roundtable during the season. Talking NFC South football with my homies TJ, Clay, and my boy James, the aka Mr. Bucks Nation. And y'all can catch A1's channel right here
Thank you
on
much.
YouTube.
Kindly.
And y'all can follow me also on Twitter at fatboysnell_21. Y'all can see it on the screen just a little bit right there under my side of my name. But yeah, man, we always, come up with these topics behind the scenes. But tomorrow, please make sure y'all check us out, because we will be talking to NFL and former AJC journalist, writer
Mhm.
Steve Weiss will be stopping through
Yes, he will.
on the Sports Machine. So me and Chris gonna have the honor of kicking it with him again, because last time, man, we had a blast.
Yes,
And
so much fun.
he said anytime we need to talk Falcons football or NFL, he's always open to do it. So we thank Steve for doing that. He's
Yes.
also the NFL chief reporter for NFL Network and for the NFL. So anything with the news, you're gonna hear from Steve Weiss first. If it's not
Yes,
Adam
sir.
Schefter or Ian Rappaport, Steve Weiss is gonna have that news, man. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We're gonna have that for y'all, and trust me, y'all gonna be ready to tune in, because
Yes,
if
sir.
y'all got any questions, we might pull 1 or 2 questions to ask him before he gets out of the live show. So please make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna
Just
have a
pull
good
up, man.
time. We're gonna have a party. But again, man, thank y'all. Thank Mad Mike for stopping through.
Sir.
Rick King, Richie, Ron. Appreciate y'all as always. Jay in the truck. It's been a while, man. Thank you for
Stay
talking.
in the truck. What it do, family?
Let's get it, GA, one of our biggest followers, man. Our brother. Y'all know that.
Bro, right there, man.
But we gonna holler at y'all soon, man, because y'all know I got to find my chicken wings soon. So
Right.
I'ma
we
holler at y'all soon.
still Grand Zizer. I know I seen your comment earlier. Me and Smitty, we may try to put together that list too. We did see that.
We will. Again, man, thank Auntie Joe for moderating the chat. But like I said, I gotta find my and thank y'all too, man, for the well wishes, man. I had a little oral surgery the other day. So thank y'all for the prayers and well wishes. I'm trying to get through it, but for y'all, I'm gonna keep pumping out this Falcons news, because that's what I do, man. But me and Chris, we're gonna holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.